welcome to the Celestial Star Wars pageant that we have going on here tonight. We have our 5 lovely entrants over here. You are prepared. Pardon these slight technical difficulties, folks. It'll be just a moment before we get this underway. Alrighty, now that we are all decked out with pins and wheels, she ran off to get paper. Oh, wow. Ale is ready for anything, folks. Here she comes to save the day. And she looks Alrighty, for all people in attendance, we will be having a raffle while the judges deliberate. I do have 2 tickets for the William Shatner tour that is coming through here. So, and I have my happy little dice bag here, so I'm going to count you all off, and then I will roll the dice and see where we end up with, and see who ends up with a pair of tickets to see William Shatner. If you are not interested, please let me know when I count you off. Aside from, I believe we should probably get this underway. So we're going to start off with Marshall Everett.
Introduce the judges.
Sorry, pardon me. I've been clean for a while, so. Okay, I'm Ren Hopt, I'm the MC, and then you won't pass around the microphone and introduce yourselves, by all means.
My voice carries. It's not on. Okay, I'll tough it out. I'm Beth Hale, and I do steampunk accessories and different steampunk jewelry and stuff, and it's on the art show. And I also am a writer, and I love costuming, but have never been really brave enough to get at it, except that one time that I turned bright red and couldn't talk for 3 days. So I have to stay behind this.
But you do a great job designing.
Thank you.
Let's see her at the in the art show. That's what it is.
Yeah, I get that. But this is Teresa Patterson, who has won a couple of contests in costuming.
Before I was a writer, I was a master class costumer.
Yes, she was.
And ran a jousting show, so I had to learn how to make costumes that stayed put. Now I am a writer. Please buy my book.
I'm Nell White. I'm a webcomics artist, author, scientist. There's a stack of business cards out there. Help yourself to one. You can find out what I'm up to because it's a little hard to explain. And I just like costumes. So I'm looking forward to seeing costumes and presentations.
Well, she's also an artist and illustrator, so
Yes.
costumes might show up in her work.
Good.
So those are our lovely judges that we have judging here this evening. We're going to go ahead and get started with Marshall Everett as the 11th Doctor from Doctor Who.
Hi, I'm the Doctor. They even gave me a name badge with my name on it, which is, in case I forget, which is handy, because that tends to happen. And this is my Sonic.
Jetsons are cool as well. Indeed. Ready to give a round of applause for our
Can I make a suggestion? Can we have them parade down the aisle and back since we don't have a lot of accessories?
Then get back up and walk down.
Work it, boy! Work it!
One of you has some awesome music to go with this. Sadly, he did not set up audio for this event, so.
I do have audio.
Yes!
Even though we have a musical interlude over here. But there is also no striptease. So, ladies and gents, there will be no stripteases or any show
I just wear
On the panel later this evening.
I was supposed to say, wait.
Intro number 2 is Lauren Wade as Homestruck. Pardon me.
Look at all you lowlifes, thinking you can take on the subjugator, the grand high blood. I'll kill you. I'll paint with your blood. There's so much red here, I could paint the entire walls with it.
Entry number 3 is Katie doing the 7th Doctor from Gallifrey.
It's concerning to see in the future I may have bosoms. Although they look like very nice bosoms, so I mean, if I have to be a girl, I suppose I can deal with that. I also lost my TARDIS. That seems to happen with some regularity, even though it's a super advanced space time machine. I don't know why it just keeps losing itself, or why I haven't gotten its recall button put in after 700 years, but I'm sure I'll be around to it eventually. And of course, hey, why are you taking my picture? That's really creepy. I don't want anyone like thanking me. I just want to run. Save the day and run.
Next up we have Julie Swift doing a steampunk version of the 11th Doctor in female form.
Hello, Stonehenge! Who takes the Pandorica, takes the universe. Well, bad news, everyone. 'Cause guess who? Ha! Except you lot over there, you're all whizzing about, and it's really very distracting. So if you could all just stay still for a minute, because I am talking! Yeah. I'm just gonna get it
And I will have grace.
Oh, wait a second.
Petticoats.
I do like
And for our final contestant this evening, we have Shaylee, pardon me, who is doing a dragon warrior. And she has her adorable little dragon tagging along with her for this event.
The dragon will eat your nose. If you don't find it with cameras first, please don't like my dragon. I'd rather like my familiar.
Open here. Just so each one. Did you say you should? Turn around so they can sit back. Go like this so they can sit in front. Turn around the other end.
I like the dragon. She wanted Patty.
I want a daddy.
She wanted Patty. Don't get her.
Alrighty, so I believe we're going to be giving our judges a few minutes to deliberate. So in regards to that, I actually do have those 2 tickets to raffle off for William Shatner when he's coming through town. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have each one of you count off a number, 1 through 20, and then we will repeat. And I have my happy little dice with me, so we can figure out who the winner will be. And I can have them check.
May I ask the date on that?
Let me see here. It's on March 22nd. So if If you don't want to try for these tickets, just skip over. We'll go to the next person in the way of the numbers, and we'll go from there.
Are we talking March 22nd, like next week?
Yeah. March 22nd.
Oh, March 22nd, okay.
It's in February.
I think. In February, a long time.
It's weird, like it's so freezing and then it's hot and it's freezing.
It waited for my peach tree to bloom.
I know.
Okay, who's counting?
All right. So, if you would like a ticket,
Say one.
Move on. 1, 2, 3. Pass.
4.
Pass.
5.
okay.
Pass. 6.
7.
Hey.
Pass.
Pass. 9. Web pass.
10.
Madam
Yes.
Chair.
Pass.
12.
Pass.
13.
14.
20.
Skipping some numbers there, are we?
Don't worry about it.
I am going to worry about it because there are more people behind you.
Oh.
There are.
All right, what did you say?
So you're 15.
All right, that'll work.
16, 17.
18?
19?
All right. D20 roll then. There's the D20 for it's a shiny and metallic.
Roll pass. Roll pass.
Huh?
Roll pass.
Then we'll be like, well, crap, I only have 2. Number 6. Congratulations on your tickets, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the show. No idea.
Yeah, so how can self get 2 hours?
Okay.
Tiger Blood Warlocks? The one time in the art building, there was a big sign on the top floor, and it had a bunch of art supplies under it. We're looking at it for a long moment. And it says, "We are the level 50 Tiger Blood Warlocks, and we have no need for these human items." And it continued rambling for about 5 minutes and said, "Yeah, just take what you want." We're sitting here like, you just made like an entire 3 paragraphs on the sheet of paper, and then at the very bottom just said, "Just take what you want." It's like, why did we read this anyway? It took me like 5 minutes to read the whole thing because the handwriting was horrible. It's a valid point. They are Tiger Blood Warlocks. I guess I shouldn't expect the writing to be that great. Either that or they were writing it, and I'm not sure which. It was kind of splotchy.
Because they have no evidence.
That makes it splatter more blood on it. I don't think that quite worked. It didn't quite work the way we were hoping there.
But at least they're winning.
We need you. I need it. In the meantime, we are plotting against you. It only looks like we're stalling for time, but we're actually plotting against you.
So now I'm explaining what you mean.
That's the time that I explain what I do. Oh my God, I feel like that time that Bob Aspirin got up and they asked him to say something and he didn't know it, so he started out with a joke. And it was a very off-color joke, and he realized halfway through that there's this audience staring at him. And it involved hamsters. And then he stopped the joke halfway through, and the audience made him go through and deliver the punchline. After which he got booed. So the next day, he has made a fool of himself. He's going to podium, or outside it, is this little box. Inside the box, he opens it up, is a little hamster with a note on it, and you always hurt the one you love. Now back to wasteful time, but back to the judgment.
And so it continues. And for anyone who was at the Talking During the Movie panels last night, go on. Anyway. So as they deliberate over there, has anyone had any very odd con experiences in the past that they would like to share?
Can I? That's it. So, a few years ago, my mother and I are waiting for another costume contest. And this lady comes up, and we're sitting on these chairs, and she comes up, and then she drops to all fours. And then she starts circling around going, meow, 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 meow. No, she was not. And then she kind of like curls up in a circle, and at this point we're just like, and then this gentleman comes up, and he drops to all fours. And he's like, meow, meow, meow. And she's like, meow, meow, meow. And then at this point they start nuzzling on each other, going, meow, meow, meow. And then they start licking each other because they're grooming each other. And at this point, my mother and I can't look at each other, or else we will laugh our butts off. At one point, Mom was like, don't look up my skirt while you're down there, they're too busy. And I think this went on for like, what, 20 minutes?
At least until the doors opened. It was really
Which convention? Were we at FinCon?
I think it was at FinCon.
Yep, that was at FinCon. And that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
This one's fantastic. A couple of years ago, I went to Austin Comic-Con with my then boyfriend, and we decided we were going to get our picture made with Adam West. So I get over there, I'm cosplaying River Song from Pandora Opens, and she wears these tights in it. So I'm in these tights and these boots, and I go over there, we put our stuff down, we go take our picture with him, and as I'm walking back over to pick up my blue TARDIS book, I lean over and I'm looking behind me, and I watch Adam West go, I like. To this day, it is the best celebrity story I've ever heard. It's okay.
Yeah, Adam, what?
Nobody messes with Adam and me.
As we now have Family Guy references flying over here. Alrighty then. And for anyone who actually would like to have an odd experience with Adam West, he will be at a convention later on this year at Dallas Comic-Con over May 20th. Yeah, May 19th and May 20th. So any odd experiences that you would like to have, such as Julie's experience, you can be more than happy to go over there and have your own. We have another story in the back.
This happened way back in the 70s. And they had one of the first Star Trek conventions run by Larry Erdman. Larry Erdman had me watch the door looking for badges. He was at the dealer's room, badge, badge, badge. And a 10-year-old kid comes by and I says, badge. And, whoa, I thought that was a badge. He says, I have a badge. He says, can you come with me? I had the other guy watch the door. Went up to the registration table and I said to Larry, we have a little problem with his badge. And he said, he has a badge. And I said, well, does he look like he's old enough to work for Walter Cronkite? And he looks at the badge and it has the word press stamped on it. And it's just like, you know, he says, well, how did you get this? He said, well, somebody gave it to me. So I let Larry handle it. I figured maybe the day before, a member of the press media came by, gave the kid the badge when he was finished. And so I went back to watch my door. And next thing you know, 3 more kids show up with press badges. Convention press badges. I'm looking at the wall. So we took all these kids. Larry, we got the entire press corps. And Larry's just looking, what do you mean look all these kids are getting? So I don't really, to this day, I just asked Larry, how many kids get all these press badges? He says, well, somebody gave it to him, so somebody we think we know gave it to them. So I never really did find out, but it was just kind of like pretty interesting of them.
Did they get to say?
I don't know.
They wrote very bad reports if you didn't let them in. Maybe they were newsies. Yeah, that man is now Mike Houston.
Oh, another thing, I had suggested to Larry way back when, Larry heard it because he since passed away years ago. I had suggested, you know, about getting a moon rock to be displayed at a Star Trek convention. And he thought that was a wonderful idea. So I wrote to NASA, you know, asking about it. Next thing you know, I got this big package in the mail. And they told me how to fill the forms out. And the thing was that somebody had to physically go down to Houston to pick it up and bring it back. No problem. This is Dallas. You know, it's just at the time it's just a one bus trip or a 1 hour plane trip to Houston. Right? And I gave Larry the forms. A week later, Larry says, "Well, we can't put the moon rock at the hotel." He says, "Why?" He says, "Well, the hotel won't let us." They say, even if we had 10 guys with submachine guns around watching this thing, so that was really bad. So
Thank you, Alan.
those are just some. Well, I want to say, you know, for Larry Hurden, he was he brought one of the first Star Trek conventions to Dallas, and actually brought a lot of science fiction to the first science fiction convention. Yeah. And give a hand for Larry.
We have our verdict on the awards. So we're going from the lower award to the best in show. We're going to start towards the bottom. So, Marshall, the award is the Partisan Award for Best Use of Found Items. Next we have Lauren for the Best Use of Dangerous Tools. Next we have Julie for the Best Sonic Screwdriver Transformation. Next up, we have our wonderful Dragon Girl right here for Best Fantasy. And Katie, you have Best in Show. Everyone get up there and take a bow together. Come on. No knocking anyone out, please. We don't want to have to drag someone out of here. That just wouldn't be very pleasant. And then we'd have to call an ambulance. There would be a bunch of issues.
If you haven't gone, since we don't have a longer show, we want to tell you that the art auction right now is being held in Canterbury. And since I got some stuff in it, go over there. I got to go. Come get your
Thank you for coming. And you can pick up your prizes in Condos tomorrow morning.
What's your art?
got this so good.
Like, I thought the options would be like 5%. Are you doing like one or
Hey, Brad. Hey. Oh, you gotta hear this. The water trip.
Yeah.
They got so much drugs that you can rub out on. Oh, you can at least check it out before you. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So,
All right, y'all, go have fun. Have fun.
so I did, and that's the one that.
Discuss his backers.
It's very strange.
I'm gonna get on that because they only have this number they'll give.
So are you gonna be, you're gonna be here tomorrow morning?